Entertainment Soldier here, and I am back to talk about Star Wars The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 6, and my thoughts on this joke of an episode. What the fuck? This was the worst Mandalorian episode I have ever fucking seen. This was the... It's insane how bad this episode was. The random people they just brought into Star Wars, like Jack fucking Black and the fucking fat, singer bitch. Oh my god. And you know what really pisses me off? Is there is a story in this story that could have been interesting if they'd actually fucking developed it. But they didn't. This episode is a fucking joke. It is just terrible. It is fucking ridiculously boring. And it is a fucking SJW's wet dream, the planet that they go to in this episode. Oh, there's nothing good about this episode. And the fight at the end. Oh, fuck the fight at the end. The ending itself is ridiculous. It is absolutely fucking ridiculous. That is not how that shit works. You don't just hand somebody... Oh, I'll get into spoilers, but this episode was a fucking joke. It is the worst fucking episode of Mandalorian. I think it's the worst Star Wars thing in Star Wars history, this episode. I'd watch Last Jedi again than I would this fucking episode. Holy shit. It's just... Oh, it's just so bad. I can't go to spoilers. It is a 0 out of 10. This episode had nothing. There is nothing good about this episode. It's just so many problems, and it was just so fucking ridiculous the whole way through. I am done. Let's go into spoilers now. If you don't want to hear spoilers, leave in 3, 2, 1. So, the episode starts off with a Quarren ship, and it gets followed by an Imperial ship. I don't know what class it is. It's not a Star Destroyer. It's kind of a battle cruiser. I don't know if I can know. And apparently this battle cruiser is no longer controlled by the Empire. No, it's controlled by the Mandalorians, because they tell this Quarren woman to hand over the Mon Calamari that she has on board. Turns out the Mon Calamari is her boyfriend, and the Mandalorians have been sent to go get him because he's apparently some sort of prince or something. And his family have sent the Mandalorians to chase after him and bring him back to Mon Cala. We get this ridiculous scene with the Quarren and the Mon Cala trying to, show us that they're this compassionate couple, and I couldn't give a shit. Okay, I couldn't. Mandalorians get on board, they grab the Mon Calamari. The Quarren pretty much realises she's got no way to fight back, so she hands him over, and the Mandalorians take him home. And there you go. Then we find ourselves with Mando and Bo-Katan. And they're heading to a planet called, I wrote this down, Plasvere or something like that. And on this planet is where Bo-Katan this planet is where the Mandalorian fleet is. Where the fleet that she collected all those years ago. And now these Mandalorians work security for this planet because they're mercenaries, as she told us episodes ago. So they land on the planet, but before they land on the planet's security system takes over the controls of Bo-Katan's ship. They land on the planet. They're met by 2 Imperial droids who lead them to a train or pod train thing. When they get into the train pod, their identities are scanned, and when Bo-Katan asks to be sent to the Mandalorian fleet, they get told that they're not allowed to do that. They're then taken by force, technically, to meet with the royal family. By the way, this planet is an SJW's wet fucking dream. This okay. We're not there yet, but I'll get into that when we get there. So, they get off the train and then they are led to the Queen and the King, who turns out to be fucking Jack Black. And that was just like, why the fuck is Jack Black in Star Wars? I mean, why? Anyway, they meet with the fucking Queen and the King, who's Jack Black. And they tell the Mandalorians that they need their help with their droid problem. And we find out that Jack Black is playing a character who used to be an Imperial, but don't worry, he's not a bad Imperial. He was just someone who dealt with equipment. You know, he looked after all that shit. He wasn't an Imperial who controlled stormtroopers or Star Destroyers. No, he was basically just inventory. That's all he dealt with as the Empire. And you then see the badge that shows that he used to be an Imperial, but he's a reformed Imperial. And apparently him and the Queen fucking fell in love with each other. And because this is an SJW planet, they also don't like the fact they don't like royal families. So they're not just they're not just a royal family or royal people. They're also elected officials. So the people of the planet elected them. So they're not bad royal people. They're elected royal people. Because that always works. There's no... Oh my God, this is so fucking stupid. Why bother being a king and a queen then? Just get rid of the titles altogether. But no, we have to have a stupid fucking scene where they say that these two morons are king and queen of the planet. Oh my God. Oh my God, this story is so fucking stupid. Oh my God. Anyway, so Jack Black's character offers the Mandalorians a deal. Sort out their droid problem and he'll go to the Republic Senate and he'll fight for the right for the Mandalorians to be independent and for the New Republic to recognise them as an Imperial planet. And he'll give them some money too and all that shit. So Bo-Katan accepts the deal. And Mando accepts the deal too because he wants to kill battle droids. But it turns out they've got a bunch of separatist droids too as their security. Oh, and it also turns out that these battle droids they're not only doing like manual labour, they're also security droids because apparently their police force do not carry blasters because that's how the people of the planet voted. So yes, this planet is very democratic because they have to keep telling us that every 5 fucking minutes. This planet is very fucking, very political. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, so Mando and Bo-Katan go to the head of security, who was a very surprising person to be in Star Wars. The guy who played the Doctor in Back to the Future, Christopher... I forgot his last name. But you know who I'm talking about. And he plays a character called Hellgate. And he pretty much tells us that all the droids do all the work. They run the shops. They run most of the security. And this is all because the people of the planet voted for it because they don't want to work. None of the people on the planet want to work because Bo-Katan asks, if the droids are becoming such a problem, why not just deactivate them all and sort them out? And Hellgate tells them there's a button to turn them all off, but unfortunately, if we turn them off, the people of this planet will have to start working, and that might distract them from their art, craft, and their, pleasure parties. And they will not accept that because this is a democracy, a very strong democracy. Yes, all these people don't want to work. They just want these droids to do their work for them. I mean, my fucking God. They have put an SJW planet in fucking Star Wars. a fucking SJW planet where you don't have to work and you are and your police don't have weapons. Oh my god, oh my god. Wow. Because that sort of society would last. Oh my god, oh my god. Anyway, so Bo-Katan and Mando and go down to talk to the fucking droids to see what's going on, where we meet up with a droid, and we see a bunch of super battle droids walking around with boxes for some reason, and they talk to a B-1 battle droid, and he tells them that they shouldn't be in the area, and then Mando then goes and assaults a couple of super battle droids, and then one of these super battle droids get pissed off, whacks Mando, and then goes for a run, and then goes on the run. Mando and Bo-Katan go after him, and it just starts throwing shit at it, and then Mando bashes him on the ground, and Bo-Katan destroys it, and they take it back to check what's wrong with it. Turns out he has a card thing that's to a robot pub or bar or whatever. So they go there, they talk to the bar manager, and the bar manager is a droid, and he pretty much explains to both of them that the droids are as concerned as the people are, because they're very concerned that they could be turned off for good, and they want to help them find out the cause of these droids' malfunction. So Mando and Bo-Katan asked the bar manager to tell them what they drunk at the bar. It turns out it's just this special oil called empathy or something. It's the only thing they drink, so it repairs their systems, and all these droids seem to have drunken the same amount from the same vial or something. I don't fucking know. So they go back and they scan the droid with this doctor woman, and this droid has the oil in it. They scan it. Turns out this particular bunch of oil has been corrupted by nanites or whatever, and it's from the days of the Clone Wars. Turns out that the Separatist Union have had coding into these oil drum things that will control a droid and make them do as they're told. And then a droid starts to attack Bo-Katan and Mando. Mando cuts it with the dark saber, and when they destroy the droid, they find out from the computer that the person who has been corrupting this special oil stuff, it turns out to be Hellgate, the guy in charge of the security of the planet. And they go over to arrest him. I should mention that this episode really did focus on the droids at some part, and I think they were going to go down the road of droid rights, because it was really heavy on droid rights and shit at parts. And I was just thinking, this really does remind me of Solo and that fucking pathetic droid. I was really worried we were going to get that sort of fucking episode. Oh my god. Anyway, they go to try to arrest Hellgate, but Hellgate planned for this, and so he threatens to push the button that's supposed to destroy the droids, but turns out he has changed the button's purpose, and if he presses it, the droids go back to being battle droids instead of basic servants to these people. And if he presses that button, they pretty much will wipe out most of the population, which might not be a bad thing. And it turns out he is not an Imperial, he is a Separatist. And he wants to fight, he wants to get back his planet, basically, because he doesn't recognise it anymore. And he believed in Count Dooku and he hated the Jedi, and then he gets stunned by Bo-Katan. Now, if they had concentrated on this part of the story, having a separatist try to revive the separatists in this episode, that might have been interesting. But no, it was just a ridiculously crap scene where Hellgate was obviously going to get tased, and why he didn't know that was ridiculous. This episode is full of shit. So they arrest Hellgate, they take him to see the royal fucking twats, and we just get this really boring scene where the Queen says, "I'm so disappointed in you," and Hellgate's like, "I know you're so disappointed in me, I'm sorry." And then he gets banished to a planet for a couple of years until he fucking works on getting back the trust of the people of this shithole planet. And then the Queen decides to give them the key. Well, thanks Mando and Bo-Katan for their work, gives them a key to the city and lets them go talk to their fucking Mandalorian brothers and sisters. Oh, and she also does this shit scene with Baby Yoda and knights him, because we all wanted to see that, didn't we? Yeah, we all wanted to see that shit. Oh my god. So they go to talk to the Mandalorians, where Bo-Katan challenges the arsehole who stole the fleet from her. Why didn't she do this in the fucking first place? Like, why has she just been sitting on a fucking chair for ages crying about the fact her fleet got taken away from her? Why did she just challenge him at the beginning? Or what? Anyway, she challenges the guy. We get this really crap fight between them both, which was just terrible. Okay, they're trying to make it so fucking Mandalorian. I get it, using the jetpacks, using their fucking string things. Fine. It could have been better. No blast. Oh, well, I think there was a blast. I don't fucking know. It was just a terrible fucking fight. But that's not the worst of it. So Bo-Katan obviously fucking wins. And then when the guy she challenges pretty much mentions the fact that Mando has the fucking Darksaber, and she can't really be the leader of the Mandalorians until she wins that fucking thing, she tries to say, that's not why I needed to be the leader. We need to unite as a people and fight to take back Mandalore. And then Mando decides to do the dumbest fucking thing, and he just gives her the Darksaber. And then before he does that, he gives them the crap story about when he got captured by that robot thing, and how the fact he was captured and Bo-Katan saved him means the Darksaber can be handed to her because she saved his life. And that's how Bo-Katan gets the lightsaber from Mando. That's not how it fucking works! I mean, so basically, if anybody saves Bo-Katan, they get the lightsaber, do they? That's not how it fucking works. You don't win the blade that way. It's pretty fucking clear how you win that fucking blade. You fight for it, and you kill the other prick for it. Or you don't even have to do that. Because bloody hell, Mando didn't fucking kill the other guy, did he? He fucking took it and won it. Why the fuck didn't you just have a fight between Mando and fucking Bo-Katan? Having this stupid fucking scene where he just hands her the fucking lightsaber is so fucking stupid and it's insulting. I know I've said this, like, I don't mind them doing this, okay? I don't mind them making Bo-Katan the fucking focus of the fucking show, because they are very desperate to get women in front of Star Wars now, because every other fucking woman they've tried has fallen because they're shit. But this was a fucking disgrace. You do not hand the fucking Darksaber over like that. You fight for it. And this just makes Bo-Katan less in my eyes. That was an absolute disgrace. You don't do that. A Mandalorians wouldn't even accept that fucking shit. But oh no, all the Mandalorians are just okay with it. Oh yeah, we heard this bullshit story that we didn't even fucking see, by the way. There are no witnesses. There are no fucking witnesses. There's just Bo-Katan and fucking Mando's word. Absolute bullshit. This episode was shit. It was fucking shit. This is embarrassing. And I'm fucking done. It's a 0 out of 10 for me. This episode is fucking garbage. Fuck off. If you like this video, give it a like. If you dislike this video, give it a dislike. And if you like my content, do think about subscribing. Entertainment World Soldier. Bye.